Roller coasters are the scariest thing to me on this planet. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. They scare the absolute shit out of me. Over the years, I've come to realize that roller coasters are actually so dangerous. So today, I thought we'd look at the top 10 scariest roller coasters. Maybe it'll help me get over my fears of them, or maybe it'll just make it 10 times worse. But either way, that is what we're going to be watching today. That's very loud.
Few theme park rides test your bravery and mettle like a roller coaster. Statistically, you're perfectly safe. You have maybe a 1 in 24 million chance of getting hurt on a coaster.
See, I hate this. I hate that people hit you with these facts like, yeah, you're perfectly safe. Okay, well, a grenade is perfectly safe until someone pulls a pin out of it, so what's your point? You know?
Coaster, and 1 in 750 million chance of dying on one. But you don't think about stats when zipping up and down the tracks, careening upside down, and enduring loop-de-loops that make you pray your seatbelt works perfectly. Obviously not all roller coasters.
Need I say more? Look at that. That's awful. Why would you ever want to go on that?
Coasters are the same. Some are tamer and more predictable, designed for beginners, or those who aren't so much adrenaline junkies as adrenaline hobbyists. Others, meanwhile, are completely over the top and unpredictable, meant to instill thrill and fear into even the most hardcore of coaster addicts. Check out the craziest roller coasters in the world and make plans to ride them all. Since its opening in 2011, Takabisha has terrified passengers with its complete and utter unpredictability. Even if you technically know what's going to happen, you're not prepared for it. The ride starts with a rapid-fire drop into total darkness, simply to set the mood. Seconds later, you're launched at over 60 miles per hour into the light in a series of pants-wetting coasters.
No one should want to be thrust into nothing at 60. Well, 60 is not too bad, I suppose. I'll let this one slide.
Loops, a banana roll, corkscrews, and several.
This one is not sliding anymore. Why would you want to do that? I can't fathom it at all. This is all this video is going to be, by the way, is me asking why anyone would want to do this and hating on roller coasters. So click off now if that's not what you want.
80-degree turns follow in rapid succession. You're then sent back to the station, only to quickly zoom 180 degrees toward a 141-foot-tall chain of hill. Once at the top, you experience Takabisha's trademark, an absolutely terrifying 121-degree drop, a world record for roller coaster steepness that nobody has yet broken. From there, you're treated to 3 more loops before finally returning to the station. Amazingly, Takabisha has not yet caused a single injury. Here's hoping it stays that way. For the most part, the Gravity Max roller coaster is pretty straightforward. After a drop, there's some darkness, 1 loop, and some rolling track before you're sent back to the station. But what happens before the drop is one of the scariest, craziest features of any coaster on the planet. The track seemingly breaks, and if you don't know what's coming, you just might faint. After rising 114 feet, your car suddenly stops, and you realize there's no more track. You're seemingly stuck up there, at least until the track begins to slowly angle downward. It feels like the coaster has malfunctioned, and you're about to pay for it with your life. But then the track connects to the rest of the coaster and sends you careening down.
This is a recipe for literal death. You expect me to get on a roller coaster that comes apart?
90-degree angle. For those who don't know their geometry, a 90-degree drop sends you straight down, which is so terrifying no other coaster in the world has yet dared to put its riders through it. Gravity Max broke the mold, daring its riders to embrace a sense of danger like they've never had before. The Montu ride at Tampa Bay's Busch Gardens is a prime example of what makes a roller coaster truly terrifying. The sense that you, the rider, are not in control. You're strapped tight in a car barreling at over 60 miles per hour, twisting and turning and dropping the entire time. From the start, the ride seems extra scary because the track lies above your car rather than below it. This lets your feet dangle as you zip through the ride, greatly adding to the seeming danger before the ride even begins. From there, after your initial drop, you're treated to a loop into a darkened tunnel, a corkscrew, an inverted corkscrew, and multiple turns taken at purposefully sharp and freaky angles. Montu's entire goal is to make it so you can't see what's next, because what's next is meant entirely to scare you out of your skin. On 5 different occasions, Montu sharply turns and you immediately find yourself in the trenches. The coaster drops down to the point where your feet are dangling just above the ground. Any closer and you may risk losing your feet forever.
What's just happened to my light? Hello? Light? Well, I suppose I'm gonna have to buy a new light. That's very sad.
This obviously will not happen, and you'll quickly find yourself back up in the air, safely screaming to the heavens. But if for even a split second you thought you were about to crash to your doom, then Montu did its job.
Nothing about that is safe
Abu
or
Dhabi doesn't
screams
do many
excitement.
things small, and their roller coasters are no exception. Case in point, the Formula Rossa ride at Ferrari World reaches top speeds of nearly 150 miles per hour, while its closest competitor, Kingda Ka in New Jersey, can only manage a comparatively sluggish 128 miles per hour.
Sluggish.
What's more, thanks to its
Sluggish.
super powerful hydraulic launch system, Rossa can hit its top speed in under 5 seconds. It's so fast and the speed happens so quickly, riders actually have to wear goggles for protection. The ride itself isn't a
That
slouch
does
either.
not
There's no
scream
slow rise up
safety. Oh, the Smiler, no.
Some roller coasters are tall.
No, you
others
always
are
hear
fast.
people talking
The
about the
Smiler, a
Smiler,
United
and
Kingdom coaster,
you'll
earned its
never
insane
catch me on
reputation
that.
another way.
Ever,
It features
ever.
more rolls and loops than any other coaster in the world. Built in 2013, the Smiler immediately garnered attention for its 14 inversions, a record that no coaster has topped since. The first inversion happens before you begin your ascent, meaning the second your car moves, you're already upside down. After a series of inversions, the train stops, and you're sent up yet another set of brake tracks for a second ascent. After a 90-degree drop, you'll begin the second half of the ride, which features even crazier loops than the last. Near the very end, you're barrel rolling 360 degrees several times over, leaving no time to do anything but scream before the ride finally comes to a complete stop. The Smiler also features several gimmicks it calls mind manipulations. It makes it appear that the ride is spraying you with laughing gas and other assorted chemicals designed to put a smile on your face, hence the ride's name.
Alright,
Earlier
number
I
one.
mentioned how Full Throttle has the
Number
tallest
one.
vertical loop in North America, and perhaps the world, while Gatekeeper in Ohio has its own height record to brag about. At 170 feet high, this coaster boasts the tallest inversion of any kind in the world. Gatekeeper features 6 inversions, the craziest being the wing overdrop. After climbing 170 feet at the start of the ride, the track rotates a full 180 degrees, sending you careening 164 feet
is
upside down. The ride
disgusting.
doesn't let up after that, inverting several times over. This includes multiple occasions where it looks like you're about to hit a wall, only for your train to suddenly invert and send you through a narrow space called a keyhole, saving you from certain doom. The train's design is just plain neat too. No rider actually sits above or below
my
the track.
God.
Rather, you're stationed on the train's wings, adding to the danger of rolling
That's
that high
awful.
up, as well as passing through those narrow keyholes. But like all the other coasters I've mentioned, you're never in any real danger on the Gatekeeper. Most likely, however, you'll be too busy screaming to remember that.
That's awful. You will never catch me on a roller coaster, and if you like roller coasters, you're a psychopath. I'll tell you what, if you like roller coasters, like this video. If you dislike them, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.